Come on in this house.
Welcome back to the Navy Back Podcast. This is Big Boy Boss, aka Money Quarterback, making plays with that money. Episode Reggie White, man, 92. What up, Devin?
Respect the game for what it's worth. Put in work and make it work. I'm from South Carolina. What's up, Bit?
What it do, everyone? Solid don't crumble. I ain't gonna never crumble. Best to know that. What y'all been up to this week? Devin knows been running. Got Jordan missing, by the way.
I've been sick, man. Been working out on my body and fuck around and tearing it up, I guess. But I ain't been doing nothing, man. I really been slow motion. Been doing, I had to put my truck in the shop, needed brakes or whatnot. Got a full set, and after that, the trap started back rolling, man. Y'all seen me post on Snap the other day, man. We bring it in, we fix it up, we clean it up, we ship it out,
man. You gotta ship that shit. But I saw you on Dukes and had the one day on Snapchat.
Yeah, got to do it, man. That's it, though. What about y'all?
So wait, no, you said you shipped your truck out. What you mean?
No, I'm talking about I was in my garage showing the furniture that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So you get some shit. If it need to be fixed or sanded or painted or whatever, you fix it up, clean it up, post it up. I got me a Facebook page called Moses Sales. Just strictly for Tallahassee though. Moses Sales.
Moses Sales. So the tell me this, or what made you come up with that name? Like how you even learn all this stuff? Like you said, Moses.
Moses Sales.
You part in the Red Sea?
Nah. When I first moved to Panama City a few years back, this lady I used to work with used to call me Moses. So that's my alias everywhere I go. It's been like that since I've been in Panama City. So like, say if I'm out in public somewhere and they be like say I put in an order and they be like, what's the name for the order? It's always Moses. I don't tell nobody my real name when I'm out and about.
You really look like a Moses though.
I could be.
Moses look like. Yeah, he's like a moist Moses.
I already know. But yeah, she started calling me Moses, and after that, I just ran with it. So that'd be my alias when I be out in public. So I made the Facebook page, put the name Moses Sales, and then after that, just decorate the page a little bit and start posting shit.
This boy a Raiders fan, by the way. I just noticed though that he got so many different color Raider hats. Hey, boy.
I just got two, man. I wore one and put it on IG, and I got this one on.
No, you got a gray one too. I thought you had a burgundy one and a gray one. You got a gray one?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a gray one.
That was Tampa Bay. That gray one was Tampa Bay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm about to say you're a Raiders fan. I don't know.
Nah. It just went by like that.
Him and Young Mally stay with the hats on, man. And Young Mally, he won't leave and go nowhere without the hat on, boy. That's why he his outfit, man. We was about to go to a game. He had to stop by a store to get a hat just because he wanted to show his body out. That boy got a muscle head, man. Muscle head matters, man. Hey, but what you doing this week? Man, I mean, I had gigging hard, man, getting to this money, man. I like doing that, man. Just been working. I'm just trying to get things accomplished. Then like last week with the podcast, it was such like great pod and like putting it out and like with the people that were on the pod, it was cool as hell. Shout out to Tanner Vibe and Jabbar. I'm about to say Jabbar. Yeah, bro, 8-4 people. Yeah, shout out to them. It
was real dope.
Yeah, it's dope, right? It's like not knowing someone and then just getting to know them. Like, man, that's cool as hell to me. Like, so like these are forever people that maybe can like be a part of your life. And like we grow together. So like 3 years from now, like we continue to help each other do what we gotta do. And you never know, we could be doing something positive for South Carolina and it can all come from just one little meetup. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're trying to start this podcast, to have dope meetups like that.
And it'll be dope if they get a platform too, though, because you could tell that they have a lot of conversations like they kept saying about their phone conversations. Yep. Like if they just get in front of a camera and have conversations like that, that should be dope.
Exactly, because like they came on like ready to talk, ready to ask questions, ready to be open to talk about whatever. And that's what I believe a podcast conversation should be. It should be a bunch of people just talking about whatever and not being offended by anything. But talk about offensive, whatever. When I think about John Goon comments, whatever. I mean, John Goon comments, some of them maybe were offensive, like they was offensive.
Nah, I mean that's just
I ain't even saw the email. I just heard from the news. I ain't even saw them.
Yeah, that's just a good old boy system that they run the NFL with, man. He had a great Caucasian night, man, and it just so happened that it got out there. So now he got to deal with whatever consequences gonna come. But I think he's gonna get another job though.
I don't think he'll get another job. No, he's not getting another job. Why? Because you got nowhere to go. You offended everybody. Besides Fox.
just white men.
Oh, like he go work for Fox.
Yeah, he ain't never offended white men.
Yeah,
but like he offended just about everybody else. But I mean, he did offend white men. Obviously, some gay white men out here. Well, I'm just saying, like, because like think about, he was having emails with like one of the people in his emails was the CEO, or the co-owner of Hooters. So think about, like, he was in the email sending around like the Washington Redskins, like cheerleaders, proposed cheerleaders. They like they tits or whatever, and like they were talking about all type of stuff in those emails or whatever. So like that's just how they talk to each other.
But I was talking about, like, think about like sending a pair of titties. You gotta send them to somebody. This ain't my girl titties. Somebody else need to see them titties too. For real though. Like it's sad and it's like that, but if you just like, if you going down to it and you see the badass woman with her titties out, you might just DM that picture to your homeboy, like, well, look at the girl, that boy bad. Somebody else needs to see this too, man. It can't just be me. I gotta have to prove that somebody else saw it too. You did?
On the work email, it's just not.
Yeah, that's not like smart. They older though. That's why they do it on the work email. Younger people, we know you ain't doing nothing like that on the email that you actually use for your job.
Yeah. But like he also got that old mentality, well, who gonna check?
Yeah,
I'm the boss. I'm a coach. I'm the leader of the ship. I run everything I do in my life. So they don't think about can check them. And like I say, on one end, it is messed up because those are private emails, and like it's no telling about the stuff in our text messages. Like the thing about going through somebody's text message.
If y'all just even do our thread in the group message, boy,
it's so offensive to a lot of people. But it's like, it's just quote unquote, you talking locker room talk, and that's basically all they was doing, talking locker room old white man talk.
Yeah.
But as a coach, I feel like you gotta be more responsible with like a coach or executive, because they say a lot of things. I'm gonna read some of them. But one thing I said, they said somebody was like, I had lowered the players' salaries, and another person hit back, the Lord's work. So basically,
the Lord's work. The Lord's work.
They know they have to pay these players but they hate paying these players this amount of money because they don't think they worth it, but they know they have to do it because it's just part of the game or whatever. And like, like John Google, like he tried to preface like he just was mad at the Morris dude. I mean, I'm like,
say he had rubber lip.
Yeah, rubber lip. Biggest Michelin tire. Rubber lip's biggest Michelin tire. Hey, look at his lip. I got a US 7 lips over here. Yeah. Hey, y'all saw the Morris lip? Hey, they Michelin size lips. That's right. And they black as rubber.
I ain't never go check though, because when I seen that comment, I was like, boy, that is wild that he said that. And I ain't want to go check because I'm like, shit, if I go look at it, his lips like that, I'm gonna be like, shit, he got a point.
It's about 12 minutes into the podcast, 8 minutes into the podcast. We didn't put a picture of the bars up on the screen while we talking about it. Like, just pop up like, here you go, y'all. There you go.
I ain't want to see it, man. I really didn't.
Damn. But he also said, I had got a little quote. He called, he called Commissioner Goodell, right? He called him the F word and included, and includes football. P-U-S-S-Y. So he was really going for it in there. Like he called like Schultz said, a queer. Yeah, he called Michael Sam a queer, but like he was not calling him a queer in a bad way. He just calling him a queer, But as for like Roger Goodell, we know he not the F word, so it wasn't like he was calling him that. He was just saying it as derogatory to Roger Goodell, not the gay people. He ain't call a gay person that. He called Roger Goodell that.
Yeah, but you can't say that word no more at all, though.
Yo, you know who don't give a damn about it?
Who?
The other person on the podcast. Yeah, you be hearing me backing out.
Shout out to Melly, man.
I'm like, bleep that guy. He just
yeah, but you can't say that word no more. Like, even if you being derogatory to somebody else, that community gonna see it and they gonna be on your ass.
Yes, just like Dave Chappell. Like I said, you talking about that. Y'all watch Dave Chappell yet?
I ain't been.
Yeah, I watched.
His last little ball about Daphne was pretty hard though, because
what the last line was?
He was just talking about.
I know she killed herself.
She killed herself or whatever. Like, so
the LGBT forced her to kill herself because she was riding with somebody that showed her he wasn't the person that y'all say he is.
Exactly. Like, it's all about interaction with one person. Like, I can't control the relationship you have with somebody, but I only know the relationship I have with that person. And if that person only shows me good stuff, I can trust this person. And why am I gonna treat this person like I can't trust him to do that? When he only shows me I can trust him. I can't stand it. You can't tell someone how to feel about someone else because you feel some type of way about them. That ain't right. That's bullshit.
I always tell people that when you go to a new job, don't tell me how that person is. to you, because he might be a whole different person. Yeah. You feel me? So let me learn what these people is. Like, you can say how these people is, but let me see it for myself before I judge them, because like he might just don't like you. Yeah, y'all just might don't like that.
And you also not supposed to pass that judgment on them people. Like, you could tell me what you want to tell me though, but until I get around this person and kick it with this person, I ain't gonna respond to them like you respond to them. If they treat me better than, quote unquote, better than what they treat you, then of course I'm gonna be cool with them though. So you just gotta have enough self-control, because you ain't never supposed to walk up to somebody you don't know with the mindset of what somebody else told you, and now you treating them like that.
Exactly.
That's so true though, man. Like, cause like it's biasness. That fact.
Yeah, everybody got prejudice in them, but when you act on the prejudice, that's the racism and like the shit like that. Like how, like say if I make a joke about women or something like that. Yeah, they just jokes to me because I never act on. Yeah. I don't treat women that way, you know? Yeah. Like if a man like make a joke about punching a woman in the face. If you don't punch women in the face, then like it's just a joke. You know, it's just a joke. In the face, like,
hey, you can't play like that.
Yeah. I'm just saying that.
No, but I'm saying though, if you do punch women in the face, you can't play like that.
But that's why I feel like our jokes and whatever stuff we talk about, we go past the mark or whatever, because we know like how we live and how I see life or whatever. And I know I see some decisions people make. I'm like, how dumb a decision that was, and it was so simple not to make that dumb ass decision. Like, I know I could never. I remember like we was having a conversation on the phone or whatever, and talking about like people graduate high school. I know it's extremely circumstances that make you not graduate high school, but from my vantage point, I believe graduating high school is one of the easiest things.
One of the easiest things.
It's literally just go to school.
You just gotta show up.
Like that's all. Like,
that's it.
That's it. Because if you have no aspirations of doing anything at school like college, just make D's or C's the whole time, and you just pass through. It don't really matter. That's crazy. It made him a 70, not a D to 60. Yeah. So if you can't make 60%, you damn retarded.
You ain't want to. You can't say that word no more either though.
Oh damn, my bad.
But people would, maybe people would think that that's offensive because like they didn't graduate, and like they feel like I said, they had maybe extreme circumstances, or they just didn't have the drive and determination just to finish. But in my opinion, that's not you just lazy in my opinion, because it's something that like what else you doing when you're 17 besides worried about what everybody else doing in school? So why you not there? Just go ahead and finish it. Like it's so simple. Life is not simple at all. But decisions like that you could have made throughout life are so simple decisions when you look back on life. I could like you worried about crazy stuff when you just need to be worried about what's right in front of you at that moment in time.
But even with you saying that though, somebody could take that as offense because they could be in a situation like, let's say the worst of the worst. Like, let's say they in 10th grade, they mama on crack and they got 2 siblings that they got to take care of. So even with us saying like all you had to do was show up, they looking at us like, shit, how you gonna talk to me like that? I had to do such and such while my mama was on crack or something.
Yeah, I preface that, but like I said, I preface it with like without extreme circumstances.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because like you can't control those circumstances. But it's people out here that literally went to school, played football their whole career in high school.
I know, running.
You know, this is a sniffer of them. Played football or whatever, and they didn't even finish high school. But they played all their 4 years, but they just didn't even finish because they felt like it wasn't even nothing to go to school for no more after playing football. And sports do help you do your work in school though. I'm not gonna lie. You care more because you have to. I understand why they don't play sports, don't really do their work. Why?
I done seen some people after football season just stop coming to school, dog.
A lot of people did it, man. It's like, man, just finish. You want to get. But what happens is these people don't even. They just be towing the line just to play football, and like shit after the football, be like, man, I ain't doing nothing else. They already fall behind because they towed the line, falling behind before with the football. So it's a lot of decisions. But I guess we're on a whole tangent. But we was talking about John Gruden and Dave Chappell. But like the John Gruden, all that stuff is just like
it's all that got to do with
it's time. All time Dave Chappell. But like what I'm just saying, you know, I can bring it back together. Like we'd be so out of our topic and all that stuff. Just come on places. But John Gruden, his whole situation to me is like I don't think he'll never be able to be a coach again. And I honestly don't believe
he'll work on TV again.
Yeah, I don't think he'll work on TV again. Like he won't be the Monday night guy again because he don't have to face he gonna have to face other people that gonna object to what he got to say. But I also saw this angle too though. Like, it's a lot of people.
If I'm a person, I don't care about that.
Yeah, I know, but I was just like move on because what I'm saying, like I saw another angle, which is sad, that he brought a lot of people to Las Vegas with him, coaches and all that stuff. And like they about to clean house next year. So all these people might lose their jobs or whatever off his decisions. Yeah, like I say, that's when you're a coach, when you're a leader, you have to think about decisions you make for everyone and not just for your damn self.
That's facts.
Jack over there. Oh, they had Mr. Field go to the Vikings did.
The Carolina Panthers came back. They was down a lot. And now it's tie games. 20. I know I'm losing no fantasy this year, man.
They were dropping too many passes.
Yeah, but they talked about high school and all that stuff. Me and Sean was having a funny conversation last night or whatever, like embarrassing stuff that happened at school. And he was talking about a situation where like he was pulling up him sometime in his grandma car or whatever. And like when they would get out, the car had broke down at the school parking lot. He had me laughing so bad. He like, they are trying to be popular. Like, nah, don't break down here. Break down somewhere else. Break down at the crib. Don't even start. Don't even get back in here, man.
Yeah, just stay at the house if you're gonna do this.
If we gonna do this, let me stay at the house, man. So this don't need crazy, man. So now like somebody gonna see you and stuff. Like think about the girl you want or whatever. She see you like, look, broke ass, that broke down. Cause think about for your 17-year-old self, you feel like you the broke ass. Not saying I was broke, just saying like you feel like you broke it fuck. Because like, man, my car broke down, but you 17, it's fine. You ain't in your car, it's okay.
Yeah, it ain't your car.
But what happens is like just a situation like in your head or whatever, you just living for that moment or whatever, and like, man, this is gonna mess up my little swag for the day. Yeah. I hate this shit for these niggas and shit, man. Cause I think about that thing that happened to us. This was on a Friday. This probably when our first game in 10th grade.
Oh, I remember this.
You know where LMC used to be at. You know where the Porsche used to be at in Leesville. Like we were at that stoplight or whatever. Like about to go through it or go to my aunt's house or whatever. You know my aunt stay at Simple. Anyway, the car broke down at the red light or whatever. So me and him got our jerseys on and stuff. We out here trying to push the car to the side of the road with our jerseys
all the way to the
game day. Game day.
Game day. You know how Pat Petty come on. Game day.
It's game day.
Hello, expert.
We had a bet ride that day at all, man. First game. We got our jerseys on. We ain't about to play now,
I fell at a pep rally though. I fell at a pep rally because we were throwing tissue all throughout the damn gym and shit. And I fucked around and stepped on one and it was murder. It was murder after that.
Pep rally was always.
I'm trying to think about embarrassing shit that happened at school today.
Listen, it's never embarrassing.
No, I'm saying it's gotta be something. I'm just trying to think about it. I get cut from the basketball team was embarrassing.
That was very embarrassing. Getting cut from the 7th grade and 8th grade.
Oh God,
and White Nose getting cut from the 7th grade. Like they literally did they literally did TV shit. Like your name gotta be on the paper that they put on the board. If it's not, your ass cut. So you got to get your name.
Oh man.
John.
Yeah. Name ain't here.
Red.
That's some bullshit.
Hey, here I go, Red. Leave you sit up. We coming back. Signing for a new contract.
That's some bullshit, man.
Well,
just
yeah,
like
man,
TV.
That was pretty embarrassing getting cut 2 years in a row playing basketball because like
I know I was good.
You know what I'm saying? You feel like you know you're good enough to play, but like you just getting like the White Nose is just they just only pick up 8th grades or whatever. But in base grade, it just was like we just didn't get drafted. Didn't get drafted that year, man. Hey, made the team all my son's senior year. I mean all my high school years or whatever. But that was pretty embarrassing. But in high school, embarrassing. I just think my most embarrassing thing in high school is not going for the things I wanted. Yeah. Like, it's like looking back on like why wasn't I more like just like I say, I think I always like, man, when I get my license, I'm gonna do this. Never got my license. When I do this, I'm gonna get this. When I do this, I'm gonna have this. And I just never acted on the things I had in my head. So that's embarrassing to me.
But I feel like that's a lot of people in life now. They always saying something, but they don't act on it. Like being a doer. You can say a lot of things, but I need to see them actions behind what you see. Because like I tweeted, actions will reveal the truth. They always do. You can say a lot of words, but what you do gonna reveal if them words are true or not,
Yeah, that's a fact. And going back to what Bit was saying, like, shit, if I could go back, I'd try for every goddamn sport, man. I might even try for cross country, dog, because, hey, man, it's like so much shit that you wish you would have did in that little 4-year span, and it's just like, damn, but you never get in them 4 years back.
I hate that I didn't play basketball my senior year. I fucking hate that because, like, you never get that back.
Never.
Like you talk about going to work and getting money, you never get back your last semester.
$55 an hour.
I know working at Mickey D's making $6. Like you never get your basketball senior year back.
Yeah. And I ain't go to my senior prom. I still be tight about that.
Well, I ain't go myself. I'm still tight. That was embarrassed. I
went my junior year. I had a girlfriend. Around the time senior year came, we was beefing right before prom. So I was like, shit, if we beefing, I ain't finna spend this money on this tux and shit. This is my money that I earned making $7.25 an hour.
Working.
And then I ain't go. But now I'm a grown ass man. Was like, well, you should have went to your senior prom.
You see this thing on TV or you see them like it happen every single year. Like you don't have that recollection of you doing that. That's why I say like the simple thing to me, because I went to the prom with my girl right now or whatever, but like from her vantage point, she would say she had the best time because like at that moment in time in my life, I was mature now. Like I say, I'm so simple. Like I never had a girlfriend in high school, so like she always was the only girl I ever wanted. So like me just going to the prom with her made me happy than I ever was. But that's the truth though. So like that, if you just want that, I was fine with that. So I'll go to the prom with the person I always want to go to the prom with. So I'm good enough. It's just like,
well, yeah, my joint, not to cut you off though. My junior year prom was litty though. I love.
You went to the prom?
I went to my junior prom, yeah. I just,
not.
like I said, we was beefing going into the senior prom, and I was like, I'm not spending that money if we're gonna be beefing, shawty.
I ain't go to junior prom. I went to senior prom by my goddamn self though. Why? Because I had a white girl and she didn't want to go to a prom with a black man.
That's what it was too.
You couldn't come to the house to pick her up.
No, guess what? She went to the prom still up there with a white man. With a white man.
And I went to the prom. My wife got there. That was embarrassing. That was an embarrassing moment right there. I should have been going fucking Sierra. Ass.
But when the prom,
I'm bullshit. I ain't gonna do Sierra. No, me and Sierra did talk about going there, but she said she couldn't get a dress at the time.
But when the prom was over though, was she with you or she was still with that white boy?
You know I got some pussy at the end of the night. What?
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I'm talking to X-Ray on the podcast later. What?
Yeah.
He scored on his prom night. I ain't had a nigga, he still scored, nigga.
He ain't want to score, man. I scored that night though. I went to the prom after party. I just ain't do the actual prom.
Yeah, I won't worry about getting it.
I scored, man. I'm telling you, my question on this, I feel like my life was like the wood or whatever. I feel like I was my boy from North Carolina or whatever.
Oh, okay.
He got one digit, and that digit was worth 10 digits. You feel me? So like I was good. I ain't need it.
He ain't need nothing, but like I was there. See,
yeah.
Nah. I need some penetration. I don't need penetration. I need to penetrate.
Yeah, because I need more than this. I need more than it was just me and her that night. I need the whole thing. So when I get back to the block, I could be like, hey, shit, y'all, boy, it was a hell of a night.
And you know where we was at? We was at on Briar Road football field, boy.
Oh, yeah.
The
good old days.
Good old days.
We rode home.
Y'all, I ain't riding home. I drove Valley truck or whatever.
Man, I had a truck on Spanish.
On 23, the Tahoe. You had a Tahoe and shit like that. I drove Mally truck to goddamn the prom and shit by myself. Went to the prom by myself. Man. And then think about it. Going to the prom by yourself, and then your girlfriend there, but she on a date. I mean, she there with somebody else. It's so goddamn weird, right?
And you know who she on a date with, David?
Oh.
Bitchy Ross.
Oh, that don't count, man. That don't count.
At our home, that's who she was with, man.
That don't count though.
Hey, I had a good time though. It was a red carpet celebration, man. I feel like our prom, you know what I mean?
Like I say, I feel like the prom wasn't the maximum for me, just like how Devin feel, because I went by myself. I didn't get to share that moment with somebody. Kind of like when we went to senior week. Yeah. I went with my girl at the time, and so I didn't get to enjoy senior week the way senior shit enjoy senior week. You did? Cause I was with my goddamn girl. Yeah, I was getting some, but I should have been out there with the whole goddamn. Everybody was out here. I'm out here in the room and shit.
Yeah, I was out here.
You was out here with them.
You ain't get the thrill of the chase on senior week.
Exactly, dog. Or them chasing me. It is. That's the thrill. Them hoes chasing you. Well, who that find that nigga? I ain't had dreads then though.
Well, I stopped. But yeah, high school days and all that stuff. But like, I guess Ty Bone and whatever is like, just go about all the stuff you want to go about today. Cause like tomorrow ain't. You might can't do what you did. I'm telling you, we was having this conversation, and we'll finish in a second. We was having this conversation, like, man, it went from me being like a young dude on the up and up to like looking like, man, I'm the same age as like the parents. Like I see this kid, we dropping our kid out of school now.
Kids got us old.
Yeah, and the kid ain't even 2 and 3 no more. The kid over double digits. Yeah, like Sap might have a graduate. Crazy. Like that's the age range we at now. Like the kids are like teenagers. Like
them folks. And I'm in my late 20s. Them folks make late 20s feel like an old ass nigga, man. Like Florida State right up the street. And I be walking around sometimes and I be looking down at myself and I be looking at them and I be like, well, the kids dress different nowadays, boy.
College students look different to me now.
They look like kids.
They look like kids now. It's crazy. I look at college kids, I like 10 years ago, this was me on camp. Like when I did like deliver around like USC or something like that. Like this was me at the Russell House. Yeah. This was me at all these dorms or whatever.
Looking young as hell.
Yeah, like fresh. Don't know what the world is about.
Yeah, but I was like, just listen to the people that's doing. Listen to the people that can show you proof of what they got going on. And like follow those people. Follow like, but you don't know that stuff because you just want to follow what's popping, what's fun. Like I say, people used to go to clubs Friday and Saturday, every weekend or whatever. Like that's fun. That's nothing productive about it because we were just going to pay our money and go sit in that place and just listen to the music instead of like going to network with people, going to figure out how we can be like talking to the people that's promoting these places and get these people on a podcast that we had never made, but we had in our mind to make. But for real, we needed all those ideas to be doing that instead of just going to the club every weekend, spending our little money, spending $15, $20 getting to the club, so I'm making $10 an hour. It's stupid.
And I look at that shit now. Like I just want a bigger celebration than that. Like going to the club and all that. That's cool. That's a celebration. But I want a bigger version of celebration. Like I want to go out the country. I want to go to states I ain't never thought about going to before. Like that'll be my form of celebration. Is how I want to celebrate. I understand the club. I like the club. I go in there and have a good time. But when it comes to the money that I got to spend that I had to earn, my type of celebration is I want to go to Spain. I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go to Cuba and shit like that. Like that's the celebrating I want to do.
Exactly. I want to go to the Caucasus Mountains.
After I done signed the deal.
Nah.
I want to do all this. Like after I done signed the deal off some stuff I did myself. I created.
Right.
Like, you know,
right.
put some hustle in and making that shit come to the fruition. I had seen 19 Keys say something about that. We're talking about all this stuff. Where I want to bring up like I be watching kids play soccer. I was telling you about this or whatever. And like just to see kids or whatever, like her playing soccer. And I realize it's a microcosm of life. Because like beginning of the season, she would see like maybe she get kicked or whatever and it hurt her and she maybe cry a little bit or whatever because like she don't know what really pain is. But now she can just get hit, get right back up or whatever. And that's life or whatever. Like you gotta feel the pain before you know you can take it or whatever. You know? And it's like over time you start like, I can take this pain, I'm tougher than that. I thought it hurt, but it don't really, I can just get up. The pain gonna go away. It's not gonna be pain forever. And like it's just like life or whatever. Every day there's something that's gonna take you off the path you want to go, but just keep working and you will get better at life every day. If you're not, shit, that's your problem. And also you just get smart at the situation you're doing. Like that's your boy Dalton show. But like just seeing all that and just seeing like I was watching the other girls too. You can always tell who the best of the girls.
Yeah, it's like the boys or girls. You
always can tell or whatever. And like you can just see like the growth and how they play and how they play. Like they care. They get more competitive. They don't be like playing that much. And like I just like it's just cool to me to see like I say it just makes me feel like Mark Collins my life. Like just seeing growth. Yeah. Like step by step, brick by brick. You gotta start somewhere. Like if you never start, you'll never grow and get better at it. So like if I want to learn how to play the guitar, I gotta have a guitar. I can't just say I want to learn how to play a guitar. You got to have a guitar to learn how to play a guitar. You can't just magically learn.
And the way I've been looking at it lately is like, even if I do get into something and it don't go how I thought it was going to go, the process of me learning whatever information it took for me to run into a brick wall, that's valuable information. What's the point of me learning that information? See that I'm running into a brick wall and just be like, all right, cool, I learned that a little bit, but fuck it. No, I just double up on the information I had. I get past this brick wall and get to the next one. Like you said, it's all about growth. And speaking of growth, man, how much growing as a boxer Deontay got to do before he could beat Tyson Fury, man?
He cannot beat Tyson Fury. It just Tyson Fury is bigger. He a better boxer, so Deontay Wilder just don't have a shot because he started in the first round. It's crazy that we didn't talk about this last week because like we were having such a good conversation. But
shout out Cornelius.
Yeah, shout out Cornelius. We were watching that Cornelius house too. Yeah. But first round, Deontay Wilder coming out with the jab in the back. Like, I ain't trying to work with a new strategy.
It looked good.
But
it looked good.
He gained too much weight, too much muscle. He ain't have no legs. He needed to knock his ass out in the first 5 rounds. Out of that, it was over. He can't keep going. I can't see my boy like that, man.
I watched it at my sister's house, and right before the last undercard ended, I was like, if he don't knock Tyson Fury out, he's not gonna win.
Oh, no.
And sure enough, that's exactly how it went. Because you can't outbox him, and then once he get tired, you already tired. He just gonna start putting that 300 pounds on you and just leaning on you. You just getting weaker and weaker and weaker, dog. If you don't knock him out, it's over with.
And his leg looked so weak all fight. It looked so shaky. The whole fight. It's just like, come on, Deontay.
I think the main problem is like how you play. You know how you play basketball. You ain't played in a while. You gotta play first. You're like, oh my God, I'm about to play. I can't breathe or whatever. Then you start to keep playing with it, get your second win.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder never get his second win. Like
never.
Tyson Fury get his second win. Deontay Wilder gets tired and he just tired. It's just over with. Like and just dragging over.
And it seemed like every mid-round, Tyson Fury would get tired and he'll get wobbly, but at the start of the next round, he back bouncing around again. Wilder can never do that for some reason. If you come out there and you jab him just to check the temperature, that nigga gonna start leaning and getting wobbly again. And it's like, damn, bro, you just had, what, a 30-second break? Like, get yourself back together, man.
That was like he don't have no second win. He just be so tired. Like, he gained too much weight. We saw all this in other fights, though, like with Louis Ortiz. Yeah. He was about to lose that first fight. He just hit him with a hard shot. Because Louis Ortiz was older. He just wasn't his best boxer as Tyson Fury. Why? Louis Ortiz was about 6'2", 6'3". Tyson Fury is 6'9". So like he's bigger than Deontay Wilder. Yeah. So the stuff that Deontay Wilder was so great at, he can kind of make bigger than him. Yeah, like my reach on you. Yeah. So that's crazy.
And it kind of aggravated me because I want to say he hit the mat in the 3rd round, and like after the 3rd round, you could just see him trying to load up that right. It's like, bro, that right ain't working. Like, you got to find something else to do. You throw a left jab, and then you throw that right. And he just sitting there watching you do it. And every time you draw back off that right, he hit you with a 2-piece jab straight to the face. Over and over again.
Deontay, moving forward, I think he should fight Anthony Joshua next. Or Andy Ortiz. Ruiz, Andy Ruiz.
They say Anthony Joshua should be the next one.
Yeah, because even though like nobody can be Tyson Fury, that would be a huge fight. Deontay Wilder and AJ, that'd be a huge fight. I would want to watch that fight. Deontay Wilder
all the fight.
Ruiz, I would want to watch that fight. Yeah. I do want to watch it.
I saw the fight that's coming up November 2. Showtime, Sean Porter and Tan Crawford.
Oh, I did see that.
I did see that. I saw that.
That's a big fight, really, though. Because, like I say, Sean Porter is like this quote unquote journeyman of a boxer. But he like, if you beat him, Tan Crawford got somebody on his belt.
Yeah, he got somebody on his belt.
It's the way you beat him too, because like nobody really beat him down. Everybody just beat him. Like so like if you keep that win against him and you knock him the hell out, oh, you really like number 1. But I believe Sean Porter can win this fight, and because of that fight, I'm gonna give my prediction. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit more or whatever, but I'm definitely gonna watch that fight. I'm ready to see it because Sean Porter is a little feisty little fighter, and Terrence Crawford ain't really fought the best competition. I don't know nobody that's top tier he done beat that we know of.
I think the only Sean Porter fight I seen was against Errol Spence.
He fought very hard too.
I think I watched that with y'all. Yeah, now what I was about to say, like, you got to box him for real.
Yeah, you got to box him.
You got to box him.
If you ain't ready for a whole 12 rounds of a nigga that just come out and you ready to hit you, then you gonna lose. Like
definitely gonna lose.
He don't. Adrian Broner don't want to throw punches a lot, so he can't beat them.
Adrian Broner can't beat nobody that throw a lot of punches. Because Adrian Broner just sit there like Dal Prince was saying. He like AB. Like we used to love AB also, but AB just not a good fighter. He got the skills, but he not good. Because he don't use the skills. It don't matter what skills you got if you ain't using them. Like, so he just the fastest man in the world. If you don't run, fuck. That don't mean shit.
So he just trying to counter, and that's it.
Yeah, and not want to step on his front foot at all. And he don't want, like I say, he's so scared to get his ass.
Not like my daddy did. He don't throw combos.
Yeah, he just throw one punch. He try to hit you with a little quick check hook or whatever. Ooh, okay, then on the hearing.
That shit cool and all until you standing across from somebody that's coming downhill on you for 12 rounds.
For real though. Like Tyson Fury doing Deontay Wilder. That's our boy though, man. Like I hate that. Cause like we been such huge fans of Deontay Wilder. He ain't lose nothing to me in the fight besides the fight. But damn, you need to beat that white boy ass, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But Tyson Fury is just that great though. Tyson Fury ain't nothing to play with. Cause think about the first fight.
Yeah.
He literally was coming off being like 350 pounds, 400 pounds, had to lose a lot of weight, and hadn't boxed in a while because he was living it up too much, I guess. It came back and still really beat Deontay Wilder the first time, besides he got knocked down 3 times. Other than that, Tyson Fury won the first fight. He's just a superior boxer. And sometimes in life, you find somebody, it got suck in a sport like boxing. It's kind of like tennis or whatever. Like somebody just whoop your ass and you can't beat them. Like, especially like boxing, fighting got to be a whole other level. It got to be super demoralizing.
I seen the bullet we saying this topic, I ain't used to it, but it's like, what you do with your partner is you get beat up by somebody else. Like, how you go back home after that? You know, you see your partner like go mano with somebody and get beat. But I think about like you see Deontay Wilder wife or whatever, and she was jacking up for the fight. After the fight, she would cry. That's just the life of a boxer.
That's tough.
Life of a boxing wife, man.
That's tough.
Man, over beat up.
That shit kind of made me go back to the Frazier and Ali shit though. Just watching them 3 fights, it's like, I mean, Joe Frazier, you won the first one, cool, but them last 2, the man was just on your ass, man. Like, I would hate that though. I would hate it, but it's like it is what it is.
The third fight here, Ali was ready to quit before the last round, before Joe Frazier.
The Thriller in Manila.
Yeah, Thriller in Manila.
Boy, they were old and tired.
Yeah, he was ready to throw in the towel, but Joe Frazier threw the towel first. He was like 15 rounds back then.
But he would say it though after Joe Frazier threw in the towel though. He wouldn't throw in the towel. Left it down that shield. Come on with him then. Well,
and that's why I respected Deontay Wilder though, because round about the 3rd round, he was already beat, but he still put him on the mat twice in the 5th, and he still fought through the whole thing.
That was bullshit. That was long count, right?
That second one was a long 10 count.
Like, goddamn, like, let his ass back up. Deontay Wilder knock his ass out. That's the only way you gonna win.
Yeah.
Think about Deontay Wilder would have won. That would have been fucking lit. Yeah, nigga, we told y'all motherfuckers. Knock his ass out. Cause it don't really matter with Deontay Wilder about boxing. We here for the knockout, goddamn.
Y'all saw that video of Tyson Fury saying a song saying, nigga,
hell yeah.
We already said our best, boy. We got to send bullets, nigga.
Yeah. We already said our best. Bullets got to do. Hey.
I was talking to Swag earlier. He asked me about that shit. He said, we already sent our best hitter, man.
That's so funny right there.
We gotta send bullets next.
We already sent our best hitter. Who else we sitting over there? We ain't got nobody else, man.
I think that was the Joe Budden podcast a few episodes back. He was like, I'm telling y'all what, it seemed like the whites keep sending their best fighters to show us they still supreme, and I don't like it.
I don't like that type of Fury shit, man. Gotta get Wilder, man. Wilder our boy, man. You remember last year, our podcast, Wild Night for Wilder, man. We were sick that night, man. No. Wild Night for Wilder. That was Wild Night for Wilder. We would definitely heard out that shit. But hey, not heard about this though, but this is a big come up in my opinion. But y'all heard about the Rory Mad deal? Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, 10 mil. But they say it's 10 mil. Yeah, that's hard.
But I'm wondering, is it gonna be exclusive on this Stitcher app, or is it gonna be able to be on like Apple and Spotify? Like, I don't like that like exclusive. Yeah, like you ain't gonna get no listen. Nobody ain't coming up because like that means somebody have to pay some money every month just come listen for you. And like, are you that important? I don't think no podcast really that important for me to go pay for.
It's like I want to pay for like your Patreon and get them. Like I pay for a Patreon, but to go pay for your podcast, no, I don't care about what you're talking about that one.
Because I used to listen to Aaron Foster. He had a podcast. Now what podcast?
I remember that.
Like, he had deep conversation stuff. Then he had went with this Luminance or some podcast streaming services behind a paywall. I'm like, I ain't listen to you that hard. I just move on to something else that's sort of like you or whatever, or just go to the one that I can listen to without having to go through that shit. Because like I say, it ain't hard to get Spotify. Like with Joe Budden, we had to go download Spotify. I ain't have to pay for Spotify. I ain't got to take it down on the Apple or whatever. So like, it ain't that hard. But once you start asking people to pull money out of their pockets, that's when the problem comes, especially with podcasts, because there's so much podcast out here and so many different conversations that I can listen to for free that I shouldn't have to pay for. Unless it's like I say, unless it's a Patreon where I do want to support. Because like we was one of the first 200 people that get Patreon for Flavor 2. They got their Patreon.
We were one of that's crazy. They got about 10,000-20,000 Patreons.
I'm so now, but like I remember I literally bought their picture. That's how much of a fan I still am of them. But at the moment, the show, but like I literally we got their Patreon and bought that shit before they even put out the episode. Devin froze up. Yeah, before they even put out the episode because like I say, that's
I froze.
No, you good. But see, like shows always got this thing.
I was just over here trying to see if they was behind a paywall or not, but they don't say. I'm listening to you though.
The shows always say if you build it, they will come, and that's I really live by that because just seeing how we moving and shaking with the things we doing and stuff is like behind the scenes. You can see like okay, last year nobody even talked about it. Like people talked about it that we know and stuff, but now people really that we don't even know actually want to come on this platform because they believe it's something that can further something they doing.
Yeah, they
like, you know,
a lot of people I know want to come on just to hear they say talk, but that's fine also. You feel me? Like if you feel like you got something to say and you got something going on with, hit us up. You may can get a chance to come on the podcast. Because I done had a conversation.
I done had a couple people just hit me up and say I just want to come on there and talk my shit. And that's cool. I mean, if you got something that you feel like you want to talk about, then cool. But as far as Rory and Maul, though, I mean, shout out 10 million. I think they got complete ownership too. So, I mean, that's dope. Like you said, I don't know if it's behind a paywall or not. I still listen to them though, but if it's behind a paywall, I doubt I'm going over there. But still yet though, 10 million.
So you listen to Rory, man?
Yeah, I listen to it. Because I ain't want them to. I ain't want it to be one of them things to where all they did was talk about him or the split or none of that shit. So after like listening to, I want to say the first 4 episodes I listened to, it was kind of like, okay, you could tell they knew and they working and they trying to get there. But after that, I mean, everything just goes smooth. It just sounds like the Joe Budden podcast without Joe voicing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah.
Okay.
I listened to a couple of them. Like I said, I never was the biggest fan of them anyway, so I listen to Joe Budden clips. I only listen to Joe Budden like that no more. I don't listen to
and you could tell like listening to I say the last like 3 or 4 episodes of the Joe Budden podcast, you could tell they got beef already.
Really, you think so?
I think so. It's just how Joe be talking sometimes. You know how sometimes he'll get in the mood and then he'll come on there and like have a little pissy ass attitude all episode. Yeah. And I want to say he had an episode like that. And then the week after that, I want to say he was like throwing slick shots at Ish, talking about some, man, I want to fire this nigga. So you could tell they got the beef out.
Yeah. Ish went to jail, ain't it? What is that with jail for?
They ain't say. Well, I ain't on their Patreon, so they probably
PPP. Nah,
I don't know.
I don't know what he went to jail for though, but I think he did though.
Yeah,
you could tell it's a little tension in the room, and me listening to that shit, I don't be wanting to hear that shit.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of sports podcasts, or like just like learning about this photography stuff. Like that's all I'm trying to learn about, like just getting better at all the stuff we're trying to hone in on. And like be on the phone a lot too, just trying to come up with ideas or whatever about like make it, like I say, if you build it, people will come, but you can't just rest on your laurels and be like, it's fine. Like they say, you always gonna have some criticism of what you're doing. And that's all I do want to speak on though. It's like, if like this is our platform or whatever, so like this is our canvas or whatever, so like we the artists here, and like if you come on this platform, you're a quote unquote artist and this is your canvas, so whatever picture you want to paint on this podcast is your picture to paint, even if it's the truth, a lie is your picture. And I'm not gonna, like I said, because one thing I do about like creating a platform or whatever, like I'm fine with people critiquing the platform, critiquing the things we do on the platform, but I'm not fine with you trying to tell me what I'm going to do or say on my platform that I built. You know, you can't do that. That's against artistry right there, because you trying to tell me how to create my art. I can understand you critiquing my art. Not saying I'm gonna change what I'm doing. Maybe it's just not the art for you, but it's not fine for someone to tell you about how you can do your art, because it's your art. Is what I see. Are you gonna tell me how to paint my picture? Okay.
And I'm also not putting no limitations on my art just because you feel some type of way.
Okay.
It's not finna happen.
Like, oh, I can't do sex art because you don't like sex. Nah, I still can paint naked hoes. What do you mean? Just because you don't like it don't mean I can't paint them.
Right.
They don't equate. You feel me?
Because imagine if you and maybe 2 other people don't like it, but 350 people do like it. I'm supposed to give up the 350 for y'all 3?
Exactly.
No.
Every day. I understand it exactly. Like with the 350, and then like, I don't know. I'm just over here like, I was looking at Baker Mayfield, he just threw it in the session. That nigga just so garbage.
I'm jealous. I got Arizona defense out there.
But still, it's like, what we was talking about? They just made me forget.
No, we were just talking about like people trying to tell you about your creativity.
Yeah. Cause like that creativity gets stifled as you get older or whatever. So like, don't never lose that creativity because that means you're losing a part of yourself.
Yeah, you losing you. Yeah, when you lose your creativity. Like for example, I had tweeted, I don't want to hear nothing from somebody that's cellular. Like keep that average shit over there. And what that means to me is, if you ain't doing shit to be great, and you just like, I'm good where I'm at. Like nobody, not saying like
and doing stuff to be great is that's
what you doing to be great. That's like it's subjective, but it's like what you feel like is what you being great at. But if you ain't doing that to the maximum, I don't want to hear what you saying about that, because like clearly you don't care enough about yourself to get to the top to tell me how I'm gonna get to the top. You know?
Yeah, that, and like also, even if you do got a criticism about what I'm doing, give me my criticism, but that don't mean that you're not supposed to fuck with it no more, because you never know where I'm gonna take this thing in the end. Like Charlemagne 10 years ago was sniffing chairs and talking about sucking farts out of butts, and now it's goddamn the black effect and he putting niggas on. So it's like, ride with me. Yeah, ride with me, dog.
Had a whole mental health conferences and stuff for free. Right. For the community or whatever. Like I said, he said on his podcast, like we said he had got the chill or whatever, because like he was telling how, like, you know, how good he doing and stuff. And like they say, if you would have let him go from the Charlemagne he was 10 years ago to the Charlemagne he is not, then so many people in between those times would not be helped and where they at right now. Because he giving so many people the platform and the opportunity to be their best self. Like I say, because you just create. If you build it, they will come. Like I say, that's all I believe in. Like, keep building this shit. Now, a lot of people don't want you to, a lot of people want you to do the stuff they want you to do. And like, once you get to your point in your head, and like, wait a second, like, okay, maybe you're older than me or whatever, but like, this stuff I've been doing this way longer than you can say you've been doing it, because you haven't even put yourself down this lane to do this. So how can you tell me anything to do with the things I'm doing down on this lane, not in life, because you don't saw life a little bit more than me, so that's fine. But on the things I'm doing on my path, you can't really tell me too many things because you ain't doing it. So I can let somebody that's doing it. That's why next week on the podcast, hopefully we have somebody on that can kind of give us advice on the stuff we're trying to do next week. Cause that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. But we ain't trying to listen to people that ain't out here doing the stuff that we out here really out here doing. Like, it's like show and prove.
And we ain't trying to listen to nobody that ain't blazing no paths, man. I'm walking down uncharted territory for the whole region of where we stay at, man. You can't tell. I might bump into some shit back here and be like, oh shit, I ain't know this was back here. But if you ain't take your happy ass back there first, then you can't tell me not to go down. We making this shit work, man. We making this shit work.
We doing this shit day by day, week by week, learning by learning.
Some shit that nobody that we know done did or anything. So what your opinion is really doesn't mean nothing, because you shouldn't have no opinion on what we're doing, because you don't understand it.
So remember, Devin just said we literally blazing the path that is uncharted. It's like it's trees in front of us. So what we doing is cutting them bitches down while we're walking through. We're just making the path. That's how we do it. It's no path. It's just
trees. Right, say that. Like, don't go to the path that people don't show. Go to the path that nobody go and leave a trail. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to leave a goddamn trail for people to do what we also do, but we trying to be big. It's gonna be shit in a way. It's gonna be people that do not agree with the art we're trying to portray. Yes, but it's also gonna be people that, like, obviously from the love, people are showing us the stuff we just trying to do. Like, we ain't got to no type of level to say or do or feel like we higher or above anyone, but we are higher than anybody that say something about it that have not even started to try this. Cause we started at least. Like, so I'm good with that.
Yeah. And whenever it get to wherever it's supposed to go, don't come to me talking about some. I knew y'all boys was gonna. No, you didn't. No, I remember I talked to you at the top of it, and you was like, "Nah, don't do that. Don't say that. How you let this happen? How you let this? No, nigga, no.
I let this person know. Don't talk to no people. Right? You feel me? Like, but like at the end of the day, you got to go for your star player, and that's you. If you're not going for you, then who? Straight like that. Like, what else I got on my phone talking like this week, man? Because
what else been going on out here in this world of strife and pain?
Oh yeah, we went to church today, Devin, or whatever. And
how was it?
Shout out to the pastor.
Pastor is Pastor Doris.
Pastor Doris.
I can't remember Pastor.
I call it Pastor. I'm sorry.
But great speech, great preaching or whatever. I love it. Great energy. I love her energy. I love her energy.
She made me feel she like I tell you about how your sister or whatever, but it's like made me feel like I gotta be up on my P's and Q's, gotta be, you know.
Yeah, but it's like she's so cool. Also, in the same like she like an older lady, preacher or whatever, like very short. I didn't know she was that short, but she's so cool. It got great style. You saw the hat she had. She had fire. Like she's so cool. She like one of them like type of women that a cool ass auntie, but she a preacher, so she can't be that real cool auntie because she a preacher. But you know, deep down inside, she that cool auntie.
Yeah, cool auntie. But like she represents something else. But it was such a dope, like her like she like what fruit are we bearing from our tree? That was like her topic.
Yes.
Like what fruit are we bearing from our tree? The fruits of my labor, I'm trying to bear from my tree. I'm trying to bring so many branches out. I'm trying to like live bring, let's say we're trying to blaze this damn path and like we're trying to build our own tree. Money tree to be exactly, motherfucker. But for real though, like they were talking about constantly. Sorry, constantly. But anyway, that it was bad because like we had to film. We was filming for my mom for this service for women's ministry or whatever. That's the reason. It was a pretty cool environment or whatever. And like this man just all over the place over here, man. Like I'm gonna catch corona in this bitch, psyched because I'm fully vaccinated. Vaccinated. He's vaccinated. Got the double jab. But anyway, but yeah, it was a cool ass scenario, man. Scene, man. She was like, say, what fruits are you bearing off your tree, man? That's you ask yourself.
Like, that's a great question. But before you get any tree or any fruit bearing, you gotta be planting the seed.
Planting the seed.
You gotta be tilling the soil. What are you doing when nobody looking? What you doing Saturday at 8 p.m. instead of going out to the club? You on the computer learning how to build this, how to clean this product, how to ship this furniture out like they've been doing or whatever.
Yeah, like you ain't doing that. Like, you ain't putting the extra effort. Like I say, practice makes permanence. Like you not, like I said, we can come here. Think about we came here and just try to set this up every week. Like just try to do it. Then we would never be learning. But what we do Monday through Saturday is what helps us make this better every Sunday. Because we don't got time to then just figure this out on Sunday. We would never get nowhere. Yeah. Because we just have to come here and see what the problem we have this week or whatever and figure out how to solve them for the next week. And that's basically what we've been doing for 9-some weeks. And it's finally getting to a point where the problem, we don't figure out a lot of the major problems we was having, and now we can kind of have a smoother process. And that's why I feel like the things around us is kind of coming together because we done got to a point where we figure out the process. Trust the process, man.
You gotta trust the process, man. It's so real because the process is the process. We always say that also, but you gotta go through it. Like I said last week, or I said this 2 weeks ago, dreads, great thing that when you think about like life, you cannot have long dreads when you start out. It just don't work like that. You gotta grow them.
You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe that those little that little afro you got on top of your head gonna be long dreads down your back one day. Cause I believe I want my.
It's not gonna be tomorrow.
It's not gonna be tomorrow. It's not gonna be
or next year.
And it's the appreciation that a nigga with dreads see somebody else with him and be like, that's hard. Yep. That's hard. Cause like I seen a dude the other day, damn, his shit was so long, it was down there touching like where his knees fold at. And I'm just looking like, that's hard. Cause I mean, you know what time, and you know how much time it took to get that shit like that? Yeah, a nigga with some waves to look at that shit and be like, oh yeah, his dreads look good. I'm looking at that shit like, that shit is hard, boy. It take a long time to do that. That's almost 20 years.
I didn't see them on the toilet, got their hair down and then toilet and shit.
I want me to tell you about what a non-dread person would say. What? Like, they'd be like, I'm gonna get my dreads started this year. They gonna lock. They gonna be locked by summertime. Okay. Okay. They gonna be down. They gonna be down my back next year. Okay.
Hell no. Hell no.
Boy, when you first get your dreads out, you're like, if they moving, right. They ain't going at all. They just unpeeling. They like, dang, it take long for your hair to grow. Right. Like waking up in the morning and have to twist someone back up, dog.
You back up. Unravel. You feel me? Hell no. Like you can just really comb them out, pick them out, and now you got dread no more.
Last time I came that way, I see a dude I went to high school with. His shit was like yay long. He was like, "I'm coming though." I'm looking at him like, "Dog, it take a long time, dog. It take a long time."
It's like Only way you gonna catch me if I trim my dreads because
that's it.
You're not gonna catch me. Your dreads gonna just keep growing if you don't cut them. That's why I trim my shit.
But hey, one more thing I forgot to say about John Groove before we get out of here, man. But you know, this conspiracy, you know, I mean, this is conspiracy. Yeah. But you know, Jeff Bezos on the Washington Post. And like they said maybe that's the one that's like, I mean, the Wall Street Journal one got the story. Yeah, maybe the Wall Street Post out here leaking these emails out here because they want Dan Snyder, the owner out of here, man.
But they got
Jeff Bezos want to buy an NFL team. They say secretly, you know, he on the low. He want to think about that stuff in life or whatever. It's a club where the richest man in the world can't get in. That's how big the NFL is. They so rich. It's a league that he can't even get in. He's trying to find a way to get into. They are billionaire boys club.
That's all they got left though, dog. That's all them folks got left, man. Maybe baseball too, but that's all them folks got left. They ain't getting rid of no team, dog. This our club. We built this shit. You not coming in here.
I wouldn't say about NFL team, man. Just
no. Shit, nigga had to be out here living with $1 billion in my pocket before I sell my own.
Ain't won a Super Bowl or nothing. This my team. Yeah.
It's my team, no matter what. It's my team.
Nah, this my team. Ain't gonna never win no Super Bowl, but this my team.
This my team. That was my team. Like you mean, I pulled up this stadium and Underball right here.
Yeah, man, I feel it. But I want to shout out Wildlife too, man. You know, I've been seeing Eddie Boy got a little album coming out, so he had a little cut up clip on his Instagram. Okay.
Shout out.
Trying to buy, said she gonna have something coming out soon.
October 29th.
Shout out Dirty Ant too though, cause I think Eddie Boy and Dirty Ant got a single that they dropped, and I just want to let Ant know, man. Listen, man.
Come on the podcast, Ant.
Just because them folks ain't hit you with the impressions or the interactions that you thought, don't worry about that shit, man. Keep going forward, man. Keep putting them seeds down. Your tree's gonna sprout, man.
Most definitely. So he been mad about people not giving him the attention.
I think it was like a week or so ago, maybe two. Him and Eddie Boy put a song on Facebook, and it ain't really getting no interaction like that. And then Ant shared it and added a little message at the top talking about the city don't be showing love and all that, but we gonna get there, and we don't want to see y'all come back around, you know, shit like that. Like, hey man, don't be looking at negativity breeds more negativity, man. Exactly. Like don't look at that shit, man. Just keep moving forward. You're gonna get everything that you're looking for.
If you build it, they will come. Like I said, if you build something, when I say if you build it, they will come. If you build something they want to come to, they're gonna come. They're gonna come. Like, just build something that people like. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't make people like your art, but just build something. And if it's what
you can find you can find somebody like your art though. Somebody will like what you got going on. Somebody will be your tribe. So find your tribe.
Find your 300.
It could be a whole geographical place in the world that love what you got going on. It just might not start here. It's gonna have to take it's gonna have to take them folks to see it and be like, yo, I'm really, really fucking with that. Then it's gonna hit a certain number to where it's gonna be so big that the people where you from gonna be like, shit, I ain't got no choice now. This nigga's out of here.
We DM people and they don't respond back to us. You think we care? No, we still gotta get up next day and try to build this podcast.
You gotta keep going.
Build it, they will come. At the same time, like it's just like anything in life. Like one day it's gonna come back around. Well, the same people that maybe you want on this place, they gonna want to come on. And guess what? I'm not gonna feel bad about them coming on. Why? Because like I can understand you feel like we're at a certain level that you want to come on now. It's fine. But guess what? We trying to build to a point where we want to get to a certain level where you're gonna be like, man, I want to come on there. And it's gonna be great to have that conversation because I'm gonna bring it up that you big leaguer.
And also shout out Wildlife, like you said, man. I think Winning going in, aka Father Winning. I think he said he dropping the tape October, November, and December, man. I'm looking forward to all three.
Father Winning.
Hey, you gotta keep that content out, man. That's how we stay in people's face by dropping content every week.
Hey, matter of fact, Trap know you had dude Slam. Damn, man, Slam with the cam was filming the video or whatever. And like I saw on Track Know Your clip or whatever, it's like he was filming like somewhere in the bird or whatever, but he had like a
mic stand.
But also I saw on this dude page, Slam, well, we follow him. I don't know how we did, but we follow him on Native Black. Anyway, I went on his page and he had it with another dude video. So I'm wondering, is that his? That's his? Well, he filmed videos and one of his scenes, he put a microphone in a random place and somebody just walk up and just rapping. I think it's pretty hard if he's doing
that could be his signature. It could be
hard.
that's his mic stand, and then he come to your hood, put it up where you want it at, and then you just rap right there in front of the mic. That is hard though.
That's hard.
Ain't nobody else doing that except for like NPR.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah.
But that's why I said that made me just go check out some more stuff. Like, that's pretty cool. Cause like I got so much respect for people that's doing. Like I say, you can have 100 followers or you can have 100,000 followers. If you doing and you're showing that you're doing, and guess what? This podcast posts videos every week. So that obviously means we doing. So I can respect that.
For real though, that's real.
That's real.
What y'all guys got going on this week that y'all trying to get accomplished?
Well, I'm trying to get accomplished this week, man. Trying to get this goddamn running nose start running. Try to get just the money, man. Like, I want to be able to go hard as I can Monday through Friday to get money so I can relax Saturday and Sunday. Cause like we full-time entrepreneurs, so we can make our schedule, but like we need to make the money we need to make in the days we work. So we can make our schedule how we want to make it. Because if you don't make the money you want to make in the days you want to work, then you gotta work extra day. Put a little extra money in your pocket.
For me, I'm still working on the computer over here. I gotta get this DaVinci back up and running how I need it to, because I'm finna start my YouTube page, man. The channel is gonna be called Room Number 3. So I'm working on that right now.
You don't give us a definition.
Room Number 3 with Moses?
No, just Room Number 3.
What's Room Number 3?
I'm the youngest of 3 on both sides. My mama had 3 kids, my daddy had 3 kids, and the reason I say room number 3 is because when I let you into the shit that I'm doing, you came into the room with me now, man. The people that support me, they my roommates. Room number 3.
Yeah, room number 3, man, because you know I'm a support. I'm definitely gonna watch.
Like so I'm working on that.
We all got like, just like with you being a part or whatever, like you definitely got, and then like the stuff that you done learned just about being on the podcast every week, like it helps to know, so you can like build whatever platform you want on YouTube page. And I say, just talk about what the fuck OGD got going on. It is so cool. Like I say, the branches of all the shit we just started. Like I was telling him, like literally us 3, we was there doing practice episodes. You know, like that's what we was doing. So like that was
still my goddamn what's got. It started like, hey, welcome back to the David Podcast, bitch.
They was ratchet back then, boy. The shits was rough.
Bro, cussing every other word, just not giving a care about nothing, because get what we just practicing.
Yeah, just practicing. Learning. Like
trying
you
to
gotta
figure
do
it
all
out.
these episodes to get to a point where like you like what you see now. And that's the thing that's about the podcast. Now that's why we're more confident about the podcast, because we actually like the product that we put out as far as visually and with audio. Even though we ain't got the best mics, it don't sound like some damn in the room trash.
Yeah. And that's why, like I said, just learning. Like,
yeah.
All the stuff
and with the positive feedback, we just continue to build on top of that.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the positive feedback. Like, man, we don't got nothing, but we do got people giving us feedback, and it's funny in my head in such a humble way, because it's something that we just came up with, and it's something that people starting to care for, to say they want to come on and spew out some of the things they got inside their head, and I think that is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, everybody got thoughts, man. Everybody got shit. Everybody got shit that they think about during the week, or shit that they go through in their lifetime and shit like that, and they just ain't never had no place from where we from that they can go and talk about that shit or tell other people about it, or even motivate people. So it's real dope just having that platform to where people like.
Watch the game, Devin?
Nah, because if I turn the screen on, it's gonna be too bright. But it's real dope to have that platform, man, and people they can come let shit off their chest and motivate somebody or make somebody else more comfortable to speak and tell about shit that they got going on. So that's cool, man.
So, but I feel like doing the podcast, I mean, I'm trying to work on my communication and my speaking skills. I'm fucking up saying skills. Wow, I'm trying to say speaking skills. I like speaking skills. But like they helped me out with my communication and everything. And I know I could actually get in front of a crowd and speak in front of a mic. I would probably be nervous at first, but I know I could do it because I literally do it every week. Yeah. Talking in front of a mic or whatever. You know? Like when we was kids, we always wanted to be somewhere and be on TV talking in front of a mic. I always I wonder how I feel to talking to a mic.
I always just like me last night being around the kids on Shankar or whatever. All I was had my camera in there and taking pictures or whatever. Like I said, I let them do it. Why? Because like in my head, I always want to hold a camera there. They're like, how you take a picture? And then you just keep taking pictures. Like that's exciting to them. Like let them experience something that they might not get experience on the regular. Cause like everybody don't have cameras. Like I said, we wasn't around all this kind of stuff. So like let them explore because maybe them being around that one camera, like I love taking pictures. Now they got a camera out. Like 10 years from now, they the best artists. They taking pictures at the school. They edit at the school yearbook. They doing all this stuff off for me. They gonna take pictures with the camera. Yep.
That's
all bad him.
And by any means, if I catch you at an early age and I got a camera and you fall in love with it, take it as far as you need to take it. I ain't gonna hate on you. Really, I'm gonna support you.
Take how far you want to take.
No, I'm talking about when you get grown and you start doing it yourself. Yeah, take your passion as far as that shit could go, cause I ain't gonna hate on you. It's better than damn working at the local gas station for the rest of your life, man.
Yeah, cause I did it before.
Give yourself a chance at least.
Give yourself a chance to create, goddamn. Create. But you can follow me at Y20 because on Twitter, Instagram. Goddamn, her son _ guy got a 2-hour drive ahead of me. Goddamn, back to the truck, baby. Hey, Trey.
Follow me on Twitter and IG at Devin Don't Care _. You know I'm still posting pics. I had them colors on the other day, if you know what I mean. Snap OTG _93, man. You know what it is. What's up, the boss?
Hey, you can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at DMoneyQB. Catch me on Snapchat at Find That Twin. Catch the podcast on IG and Twitter at Navy Black Pod. Check out the website, navyblackpodcast.com. Get your merch. Ain't on camera this week. And go to the YouTube, man. Can we get to 200 subscribers? I mean, end of the year. I mean, that ain't that much to ask for everyone. Like,
that ain't a lot.
People gave us love last week. Can we get more love? We cause like the numbers, we just need the numbers so people can respect us more. Cause we got the good content, but when most people start hearing it, more people start listening. We need people to subscribe so they'll think it's more respectable. That's all. Numbers make it more respect. Yeah, you feel me? But yeah,
shout out Tam the Vibe with 2 eyes and shout out Jabari Gas Brothers, man.
Tam the Vibe with 2 eyes. Yeah. But go to YouTube, Navy Black Podcast. Go subscribe, watch a video, like a video, all that you did. I'm about to see it again. So this is the Navy Black Podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
Next week.
Peace out, y'all.